Today we are honored to have a special guest address our graduate, UIW's Moody Professor. The Moody Professor is selected each year by the faculty based on the professor's teaching and research excellence. It is the most prestigious faculty award. The Moody Professor gives a commencement address each December. This year's Moody Professor is Mr. William Gokelman. Bill is a professor of music and chair of UIW's music department. He directs the Cardinal Chorale, which recently gave its second Carnegie Hall performance. He was keyboard artist with the San Antonio Symphony and is choir director at St. Mark the Evangelist Catholic Church. Bill is a national and regional presenter-performer for the National Association of Pastoral Musicians, where his Mass of Renewal, which is co-composed by David Kaufman, recently won first place in the New Mass Settings National Competition. Bill is active in musical theater and has created and produced many CDs. His CD of original piano orchestra music reached number 69 on the top 100 New Age chart. Bill earned his Bachelor of Music from Incarnate Word College, receiving the Amy Freeman Lee Award, and his Master of Music from Westminster Choir College in Princeton. He is the recipient of the 2006 UIW Presidential Teaching Award, the 2011 St. Pierre Cinquin Award of Faith, and was UIW's 2011 Piper Professor nominee. He holds memberships in numerous professional musical associations. Please welcome Mr. Bill Gokelman.
Thank you. My warmest greetings to all of you, especially you, soon-to-be graduates, and your very proud families. I am honored to have this time to share a few thoughts with you. Graduates, you have had the privilege of attending this amazing institution, one that teaches and embraces the ideas of service, justice, inclusivity, and faith. The Sisters of Charity of the Incarnate Word founded this Center for Learning not simply to teach students from the neck up, but to form whole, compassionate, and loving persons. And you, dear graduates, are about to become part of this legacy. You are about to join with the entire Incarnate Word family in becoming living examples of the basic message of the Sisters. As you prepare to live this mission, I ask you to consider something. What is it that defines you? Now, please understand, I'm not asking what your major was, or what your hobby is, or what religion you espouse, or even what political views you hold. I'm asking, what is your fundamental vision for yourself as a human being, as a bearer of the Incarnate Word? What defines you? There is a hymn that goes like this. Will you let me be your servant? Let me be as Christ to you. Pray that I may have the grace to let you be my servant too. This hymn has great words. Like all great words, they seem straightforward and simple enough, but these words are filled with circumstance and responsibility, with humility and courage. These are powerful words. Will you let me be your servant? Let me be as Christ to you. Have you ever asked someone, hey, let me be your servant? Let me be as Christ to you. What does it mean for someone to let you, to allow you to serve him? Is this something that we need permission to do? And what about let me be as Christ to you? Wow, is that filled with implications? Can we really be as Christ to someone? The hymn goes on to say, "Pray that I may have the grace to let you be my servant too." It gets more complicated. Now I have to pray that I have the grace to let you be my servant. So I'm not only going to serve you, but I need to find the grace to let you serve me. Is this real? Does this really apply to us? Before I knew this song, I had never really considered what it meant to allow someone else to serve me. I would think, oh no, please allow me. I don't want you to be put out on my account. I'm capable of doing for myself, thank you. And as I thought about it, I came to a sobering realization that while my intentions were very good, I realized that I was protecting my own convenience. It was far easier for me to be the server than to be the servee, if you will. I think I was afraid to let go of the control, to be on the other side. What this hymn tells us is that service is a two-way street. When we serve someone, when we experience that, we experience the best part of our humanity, part of what makes us beings created in the image and likeness of God. When we serve, we literally become the hands and feet and mouth and presence of God to each other. When we serve, part of the divine within us comes alive. Now, when we allow others to serve us, part of the divine within them comes alive, and we learn the difficult posture of humble recipient. Mother Teresa's basic message was, we serve whom we can touch. We serve life not because it is broken, but because it is holy. The great tennis player and activist Arthur Ashe said, "True heroism is remarkably sober, very undramatic. It is not the urge to surpass all others at whatever the cost, but the urge to serve others at whatever the cost." Dr. Martin Luther King put it this way: everybody can be great because anybody can serve. You don't have to have a college degree to serve. You don't have to make your subject and your verb agree to serve. You don't have to know the second theory of thermodynamics in physics to serve. All you need is a heart full of grace, a soul generated by love. We are prone to judge success by the index of our salaries or the size of our automobiles rather than by the quality of our service and relationship in humanity. Mother Teresa did not allow her own humility or lack of resources to keep her from serving. Arthur Ashe did not allow himself to be defined as simply a tennis player. Martin Luther King was certainly not limited by the color of his skin. All three of these individuals were defined by a strong sense of service. So I ask again, what defines you? In college, I studied music. My bachelor's degree is in piano performance. My master's is in vocal coaching and piano accompanying. Piano has been an important part of my life forever. Playing the piano is the way I express myself. It is the way I make a living. It is often a form of prayer for me. In fact, I was on my way to play a funeral mass here at UIW the morning of December 4th, 2002. It was raining very lightly that morning, and as I exited 281 to drop off my 6-year-old son at school, I could not tell that there was an oil slick in the road, and I did not have time to react as my car slammed into the concrete pillar underneath the overpass. Thank God my son was okay. He did start crying, but not for me or for himself, for the car, when he finally got out and saw that it was crumpled beyond repair. 6 months later, the effects of the crash began to manifest themselves. First, my left index finger started rising involuntarily every time I played the piano. A few months later, the fourth and fifth fingers started to curl under. Within a year, I had lost a good amount of the fine motor movement in my left hand, making it impossible to fully play the piano. I was devastated, and then I was depressed. Here I was, a professional musician, a pianist, unable to play. Playing piano was what defined me as a musician, or so I thought. All the while, I was seeing doctors, many doctors. Finally, by grace, I ended up with a physical therapist who, over the past 4 years, has succeeded in freeing the nerves enough that I can play again, albeit at a limited capacity. I had begun my healing process, not due to the increased mobility in my hand, however, but through an enormous self-realization. I came to realize that I am not simply a piano player. Playing the piano does not define me as a musician. The piano was and is one of the tools that I use to express my musicality. For years, I had allowed myself to be defined by the piano. And when I could no longer play the way I wanted, I thought I had lost a piece of my musical soul. As I let go of playing the piano, I actually found other, undreamt of ways to express who I am and to express my musicianship. And I found that my piano playing ability is now slowly coming back, in part because I accepted the fact that even if I couldn't play the piano anymore, I could still make incredible music. I learned that my abilities at the piano did not define me as a musician. So what is it that defines you? Henry Ford, founder of the Ford Motor Company, once said, "To do more for the world than the world does for you, that is success." We've heard this before. Deep down, we know it. What you do for a living doesn't matter as much as what you do for a life. I'm a teacher. I work in music, but I teach people. Music is my modality. It's my language. Music allows my soul to breathe, to rest, to create, mourn, rejoice, be at peace, contemplate things beyond what my intellect can grasp. Music is an incredibly powerful force. It can shape emotions, unite, heal, engage, separate, give voice to the wordless, form to the imagined, shape to the invisible. Whether it's the heartbeat of a Renaissance motet or the drumbeat of a rock anthem, music accompanies all of our lives. The reason I teach people about music and through music is because I want my students to experience all of life, to love, laugh, recognize beauty, express themselves and be open to the expression of others, to create and encourage creativity, to seek truth without fear and act with courage, to see that they are imbued with limitless potential. In short, I want my students not only to make a prosperous living, but to know how to live. When society is better off because of you, you have learned how to live. When a community has experienced even a morsel of healing because of you, you have learned how to live. When the most helpless child or helpless elder or neighbor or coworker or friend or stranger has felt the love of God because of you, you have learned how to live. When you yourself have been served so that you can serve your children, your spouse, your parents, your brothers, your sisters, you have learned how to live. Our lives are not ours. They're on loan to us anyways. We are called to pay them back with interest accrued through service. So graduates, what is it? What defines you? What is your life about? On what will it be based? Dr. Wes Jackson, founder and president of the Land Institute and pioneer in the field of sustainable agriculture, says, if your life's work can be accomplished during your lifetime, you're not thinking big enough. Is what defines you big enough? Can it be accomplished during your lifetime? Is it finite, limited to your vocational skill set? Or are you defined by something without limits, with capacity for infinite expansion? Is it possible for you to be someone beyond what you imagine yourself being? So maybe I've been asking the wrong question. Maybe the question isn't what defines you, but who defines you? Who defines any of us? When all is said and done, I hope that we all can be remembered by those whom we have served, by how we used all of our talents and ability, by those lives we touched knowingly and unknowingly, that we were human beings among human beings, that we always had the courage to serve and be served, that our lives bore witness to the Word incarnate, and that we defined ourselves by the God who lives within us and works through us every single day. Will you let me be your servant? Let me be as Christ to you. Pray that I may have the grace to let you be my servant too. Thank you, and God bless you.